Well, hello there, Liverpool fans. Back with another video to talk about the second leg of the Champions League match which we played yesterday against Roma at the Stadio Olimpico in Italy. So the final score of the game was 4-2 to Roma. You know, I mean the final 5 or 10 minutes of that game, we were shitting ourselves. We have to be honest with ourselves, Liverpool fans. We were absolutely bricking it. Seeing the way that they came back into the game. I mean, I don't mean to be negative or pessimistic in this video. I mean, we're into the Champions League final, which is an outstanding achievement for a team like Liverpool, who were not even given a chance to get anywhere near the final of the Champions League, especially not this season anyway. But yeah, we've managed to do it. We've managed to get to the final. But for God's sake, I mean, Trent Alexander-Arnold cannot play at that position for Liverpool. I'm sorry. There's some fans on YouTube and on certain videos I've seen, Liverpool videos, talking about the games, saying that Klopp should stick with Trent Alexander-Arnold. Did you not see the mistakes that he made yesterday? Did you not see the way he got caught out? Time and again, time and again he was caught out on that wing in the first half and then in the second half as well. We can't, you cannot play these kind of players in major European games. Nathaniel Klein is now back in the team. He's back in the squad. So he needs to be trained properly and get ready for the final of the Champions League. I don't care that he hasn't played all season. He's a more experienced player. He's a more solid defender, and he's also quick. He's quick. He's the same as Trent Alexander-Arnold. But Trent, I mean, it's probably because of his age. He is a good player. I'm not slating him. Some fans may think this is like an attack on Trent. It's not an attack on Trent. I'm speaking the truth. I'm speaking what most Liverpool fans feel and what they see from the game. This man got caught out many times yesterday, this young lad. He got caught out, and we were lucky. He could have gave away a penalty as well, where the shot was going towards goal, and he puts his arm up, to try and stop the ball, and it hits him on the hand. And if the referee had seen that, he would have given a penalty. Along with a couple of other times where he got caught out, and the player on the wing was able to get in behind him, and put a ball into the area and cause danger in our defence. So we need to speak the truth, Liverpool fans. There's no point in kidding ourselves. There's no point in trying to big up Trent and say he's a good player, he's a good young player. Yes, he is a good player. Yes, he is a good young talent for country and for club, for England and for Liverpool. But I feel that Nathaniel Klein is the more experienced, the more knowledgeable defender in the team, the fullback, because imagine, the likes of Ronaldo and Benzema and, Isco and Gareth Bale attacking Trent Alexander-Arnold. They're absolutely going to rip him to shreds in the final in Kiev. So we can't afford to take this kind of risk. I feel we need a solid defence. Yesterday again we saw the limitations of our defence. The likes of Lovren and the likes of Karius, the goalkeeper. I mean, the second goal was a bloody calamity. You're supposed to save the ball and push it to the side of the pitch, Karius. And instead he pushes it into the path of bloody Dzeko, who puts it in for 2-2. And that was like the catalyst for their comeback. They started to believe then, We were only fortunate that they weren't able to get the goals earlier, Liverpool, because if they had scored the third goal in that period where they were attacking us, they were putting us under pressure, we could have crumbled again. And ended up going out of the Champions League altogether. Ended up getting knocked out of the competition. So you can't afford to be making these mistakes in the defence. And there's some fans becoming hysterical, becoming happy that Karius is a good goalkeeper and this and that. In my opinion, he's not a good goalkeeper. He really isn't, because the man is just he's like a ticking time bomb. He's like Lovren in defence. Any time you put him under pressure, or you cross a couple of balls into him, you take some shots at him, he starts to become nervous. He starts to make major mistakes that can cost the team. And we're only fortunate that we had a healthy lead to take into the final. We had a 5-2 lead. And I'm just you know, happy that we were able to win that game 5-2, because if we'd conceded another one, we would have been out now. You know, we would have been out of the tournament altogether. So it just shows you how close we came to being knocked out. You know, we got through to the final. This is a semi-final of a major European trophy. You know, the European Cup. It's a very big achievement for Liverpool Football Club. Don't get me wrong, I'm very happy. You know, I'm a Liverpool fan. I've supported this club for 30 years. You know, 30 years I've been supporting Liverpool. And to see us get to another European Cup final was outstanding, magnificent. But as fans, we need to be objective. We need to speak the truth. We need to tell, you know, if a player is not playing well, we need to say it on the camera. You know, we have to tell the truth to everyone. We can't just sit here and lie to each other, you know, and make out as if nothing's happened, you know, nothing's going wrong. These are major problems that we need to sort out before next season as well. If we're serious about challenging for the Premier League title next season, we need to sort these problems out as of this summer. You know, don't come out and tell me that this team is good enough, Jurgen Klopp or FSG. You need to make 2 more signings. You need to buy a goalkeeper and you need to buy another centre back to put into our defence. And I would start with Nathaniel Klein, because Trent Alexander-Arnold is a good young player, a good young prospect, but you know, the last 3 or 4 games he's been making mistakes all over the place. He's been getting caught out by players, you know, left, right, and centre. And we can't afford to do that in these kind of games. You know, we're playing Chelsea now on Sunday, which is another major game, you know, towards Champions League qualification. We need to have a solid defence in that game at Stamford Bridge, because they're going to attack us. They can feel that they can catch us now. We've left the door a bit open for Chelsea to catch us. You know, it's still a very hard job for Chelsea to actually, you know, overtake Liverpool or to get in front of us. But God forbid, if they beat us on Sunday, then it goes down to 4 points. And they will have, I think they have 1 game in hand over Liverpool. So, you know, you never say never, especially with Liverpool. We've seen what we've done in the past. You know, we need to be smart this time. We need to be clever, and we need to not make any mistakes in the defence. Now, the midfield last night against Roma was not bad, you know. Henderson, Milner and Wijnaldum. Wijnaldum actually scored a goal away from home, finally. It's been so bloody long, you know, we've been waiting for him to score a goal in an away match, and he managed to do it in one of the most important matches of our season. So, big up to him, you know, big up to Gini Wijnaldum. But in certain parts of the game, he gives the ball away. You know, the same with Henderson. Henderson's weight of pass is too powerful. You know, when you've got somebody next to you on the side of you, on the left or right, you don't need to smash it so hard, the ball. Just time your pass and play it simple. Play it slowly to your teammate. He hits the ball too hard, Henderson. I don't know what it is. I mean, is it he gets nervous or something, and he can't make the pass, you know, or he makes a rash pass, and by the time our player tries to control the ball, there's somebody on him from the other team, from the opposition, and he's not able to get the ball and go forwards because of the pass. Passing is a you know, an art. You need to be able to do it in midfield. It's part of the game. You need to be how do you say? You need to be precise, and you need to make the pass accurately. You can't afford to give the ball away or to make bad passes like Henderson does. This is my problem with Henderson, because he's not able to do it, you know. And last night he got caught out many times as well in midfield. He lost the ball. He gave the ball away, you know. And this leads to attacks from the opposition. You know, for instance, if we play Real Madrid and we give the ball away, they're going to rip us, you know. They're going to destroy us because they have the quality players. They're a very good team. You know, this team has won the Champions League 2 seasons in a row. And there's a reason why they've won it twice in a row. They're a very good team. A very strong team, you know. We can't take them lightly, you know. I see some pundits and some Liverpool fans and former players and stuff saying we're going to beat Real Madrid. You know, even I fell into this trap. I was saying the same. But if we look at it objectively, they're a very good team. They're a very experienced team in European football. And we can't take them lightly, you know. We have to be on our game on the day. 90 minutes of football or 120 minutes, depending on the score, with extra time or even penalties. We need to be ready for it. We need to be up for it from the first minute. Otherwise, it's going to be a defeat, unfortunately, for Liverpool. I don't want it to happen because that will really push us backwards again. All this effort, all this hard work to get to a major European Cup final in a season where we were not even expected to get anywhere near the final. If you had told Liverpool fans at the beginning of the season you're going to be in the Champions League final, they probably would have laughed at you. They would have said, don't take the piss. It's not possible, with this squad that we've got. And we've managed to do it, playing some outstanding football, winning some outstanding games against the likes of Porto, Manchester City, and now Roma. But the way that we allowed them to come back into the game in the second half is not good, for Liverpool. We should not be allowing teams to get back at us. Of course, the penalty decision against Ragnar Klavan was a disaster. I mean, this referee, Skomina, or whatever his name is, the bloody Slovenian, he's having a laugh. You can't give a penalty for that. The man had his arms on his side, Ragnar Klavan. He can't even move in that situation. And because of the Roma player, Under, I think it was, the Turkish player, Cengiz Under, he flicks it up and it goes and hits Ragnar Klavan on the hand, I think, or on the arm. And he points to the spot in the last seconds of the game. You can't give a penalty for that. It's not even intentional. He doesn't even mean to do it. He doesn't have any control, Klavan. What is he supposed to do? He can't put his hands behind his back, can he? He doesn't have time to do it. And it's not as if he put his arm up or, to the side of him to try and stop the ball. And the idiot gives a penalty and they score from it and it's 4-2. And you're thinking, hopefully now he doesn't add on another minute, another 30 seconds. And thankfully, he blew the whistle straight after the kickoff, and we get through to the final. Now, it's a very big achievement. I'm very happy for the players. I'm very happy for the team, for Jurgen Klopp. But we also need to make sure that we see our deficiencies, we see our errors in the defence, and make sure that we rectify it before the final. Because if you make these mistakes against Real Madrid, then we're in big trouble. I'm telling you. We're not going to win the trophy. We're not going to win the Champions League if we play like this. Going forward, we're very good. Attacking wise, we're very good. We're very clinical, a very potent team, deadly team. But you need to have both sides of the game. You can't just rely on your attack. It doesn't work against the big teams in Europe. You may be able to do it in the Premier League in certain games, in a one-off game. But when you play the elite of Europe, the big teams in Europe, they will find your errors. They will find you out, and they will make sure that they punish you. This is what makes them the big teams in Europe. They're able to capitalise on weaknesses of other teams, and they're able to win games and to win trophies. So if we want to be a big team, if we want to be, regarded as one of the best in Europe, we need to make sure that we stop the mistakes, rectify the errors, and make sure that we play a good game, a solid game for 90 minutes. And whoever deserves to win it, hopefully Liverpool win it. We support Liverpool. I pray to God, it's been so long since we've last won a trophy. It's been since 2012. 6 years now since we've last won a trophy. We need to win something. And to win the major honour of them all, the Champions League, the European Cup, would be an outstanding achievement for Liverpool. And it would give us renewed belief for next season to push on and do well in the Premier League, We've done well this season as well, but we want to actually win it now. We want to go to the next level and actually challenge for the Premier League title, win it, It's been too long, man, 28 years. 28 years is too long for a team like Liverpool to not win the league championship, I've said it in my previous videos as well. We cannot accept this anymore. It doesn't matter who the manager is. The expectations of Liverpool Football Club is to do well in the league, to win the league championship, the title, Doesn't matter who the manager is. It goes for the managers that were before Jurgen Klopp as well. They all knew when they came into the club, this is what the fan base expects at Liverpool. Every manager that has managed Liverpool since 1990 knew that this was the case, Whether it be Graham Souness, Roy Evans, Gerard Houllier, all the others, Rafa Benitez, they all knew this, So Yeah, I just hope that we can get it together. We've got a decent squad now. We're bringing in Naby Keita as well in the summer for the midfield. He's going to do a good job. I'm hoping. I'm praying. And we take it from there, But we're in the final now. I'm very happy, very chuffed about it, And to see the emotion of the players was very moving, at the final whistle that they've reached the final of the European Cup. They were very happy, very emotionally charged. And even Klopp seemed to he was bouncing, bouncing around the pitch. He looked like he was on cloud nine, He's flying in the air. And good luck to him. He deserves it because he really has made us a good team again. He really has put Liverpool back on the map again in European football, in English football, Because don't forget, 2 or 3 years ago, the final season of Rodgers, we turned into an average team again. We were looking like a mid-table team. We didn't look like we were going anywhere. We didn't look like we could achieve anything, in any competition. And it took Klopp a bit of time to come into the club, to get rid of the deadwoods, to bring in his own players. I don't think he's fully done it. He still has to bring in his own players. But he's doing it slowly, and it's all down to the owners. It's all down to FSG, Fenway Sports Group. They need to now give him the money, make the money available, so he goes out and he buys, 2 or 3 more players that we need for the first 11. As I said before, a goalkeeper, most probably a centre-back, and I'm thinking a striker, or a winger, another winger, because Salah is supposed to be a winger. He's not even a striker, and he plays on the side of the attack. He's a winger, but he scores so many goals. But the last couple of games, he's looked a bit tired. He's looked a bit overwhelmed. Salah. He's had an outstanding season, a phenomenal season, 43 goals or whatever it is in all competitions. It's just unbelievable for a first season at Liverpool. No player has done this at Liverpool. Bar Salah, no one's done this up to now. So he's had an outstanding, a record-breaking season, but I think next season they will defend better against him, most of the teams. They will know what they need to do against him to close him off, to not give him any space. And he may struggle, So I feel that we need to bring in another winger or a striker, a poacher in the area that can get us goals, from dead ball situations or from, quick counter-attacks into the opposition half. And then we can have someone with a deadly strike, a deadly finisher, the like of Torres, the like of Suarez, the like of Robbie Fowler, Michael Owen, this kind of player. So these are the requirements I feel for next season, and hopefully our owners actually see this and they make the investment in the summer, and then you'll see Liverpool moving on to even bigger levels next season, even better levels than we are doing this season. So it's all looking very good, Liverpool fans, apart from the final collapse in the final minutes. But it was to be expected a bit, because when you go into a match 5-2 up from the first leg, you always feel that you've done the job. You can be the best team in the world. It doesn't matter. Even Real Madrid, Real Madrid against Juventus, they nearly went out, If they didn't get that penalty in the final seconds, they were out of the tournament. They were knocked out. So it's all about, making the changes. It's all about rectifying your mistakes. And then you move on to a better level. You become a better team. So we wait and see what Jurgen Klopp is going to do next season. But we have a final to enjoy this season. Saturday, the 26th of May, in Kiev, the Ukraine, is going to be an outstanding game, an outstanding atmosphere for us. It's going to be a major turning point in Liverpool's history. If we can actually win the European Cup this season, the scenes, the celebrations, the scenes, and I can just imagine it. It's going to be madness, for days. We're going to have some brilliant summer, brilliant summer to look forward to. We're going to be very happy, over the moon, Liverpool fans. And we're going to rub it in the faces of the Manx, the Manchester United, Manchester City, Chelsea, the men the clubs who spent the money, the major money, and they're nowhere near the final. They're not even close to getting to the final this year. So, yeah, upwards and onwards for Liverpool, onwards and upwards. And now we go into the Chelsea game on Sunday. and we need to be very careful. We mustn't get too excited that we forget that we still have 2 league games to finish off in the league. We still need 3 points to guarantee, finishing in the top 4, in the top 3. We're in the top 3 at the moment, but if Spurs win on Saturday, we drop down to 4th. So, and I don't see West Bromwich Albion doing us a favour, because they managed to get back against us to 2-2, but I feel that probably Tottenham will go there and they'll win the game on Saturday, because West Bromwich Albion, they've given themselves a chance to get out of the relegation zone, but they don't have enough games left now. I think they've only got 2 games, and they need to get 6 points. So, I think they're already 5 points behind Swansea. So even if they win the final 2 games, they still most probably will go down. They'll still be relegated. Sorry. Yeah, so as I say, we need to go into the Chelsea game at Stamford Bridge and play smartly. Do not rush the game, Jurgen Klopp. Just let the game pan out and see what happens, and then do not attack them from the beginning. Wait and see what their intention is, Chelsea's intention, and then when we find their weak spots, we can counter attack them and we can score against them. We did it against Roma yesterday. We can do the same to Chelsea. So this team has always got goals in it. The Liverpool team, we're always capable of scoring goals. It's just the other end, the defensive end and the goalkeeper. So we need to be very careful against Chelsea. And they know that it's their final chance, so they're going to give everything, Chelsea, against Liverpool. They know that they don't have any more chances left to come back at Liverpool, so we need to be very careful, and we need to be very assured. We need to be focused on the game, concentrated. We can't get the final, we can't, start thinking about the final of the Champions League just yet. We need to finish the job in the league, and then we can prepare for the Champions League final. I think we'll have about 10 days, 9 or 10 days to get ready for it after the league campaign, or 2 weeks or whatever it is. So we'll have plenty of time, We'll have plenty of time to get ready for that. And maybe we can get a couple of players back from injury, the like of Lallana and, as I said before, Nathaniel Klein, who I feel should be in the position of Trent Alexander-Arnold, the right back position, because Trent Alexander-Arnold just looks a bag of nerves. He's too young. He can't handle these kind of occasions. And he proved it last night, I was speaking to 2 fellow Liverpool fans on their programme, on YouTube. The Liverpool Football Talk is called. A fella from Canada, Sean, and his dad on there. And I made a comment on the programme saying that we need to replace Alexander-Arnold with Nathaniel Klein. And they're saying that Klein hasn't played, but Klein is better defender. He's up to scratch now. He's recovered. He just needs to train with the team, and then Klopp can put him back into the team. Or maybe he can play him in the final game against Brighton, and then he will have his match fitness back. So I don't see why you feel that he's not ready for the team. He is ready for the team, in my opinion, and he needs to be put into the 11. You can't go into the Real Madrid final with Trent Alexander-Arnold. I'm telling you here. Because if the lad makes a mistake and he gets ripped by Ronaldo or Bale or whoever it is playing on that side, it's going to ruin his career. He's going to suffer from confidence issues, So there's no point in risking it. We need to have a solid team, a dependable team to play in the final. Play your best 11. The lad has done very well this season, but it doesn't mean that he has to play in every game. When he makes mistakes, Klopp needs to see that he's made the mistakes. And he needs to make sure that he's aware that Trent Alexander-Arnold has made mistakes, and that's why he's taking him out of the team. You can't go through matches and just ignore what's going on. That's not a good way to manage a team. I understand that he has confidence in his players, Klopp, but you can't go into blind faith. You can't have blind faith in a player just for the sake you've played him all season. Football is not like that. Football is a game of form. Whoever's on form. Whoever deserves to be in the first 11 should be picked into the first 11. Doesn't matter if you've played all season. If you make a mistake, or you make 2 mistakes in a couple of games, then you need to be replaced, in my opinion, because this is why you have a squad of players. Otherwise, why do we have substitutions? There's no point in having subs, is there, if you're not going to change the team? So for me, I feel that he needs to be replaced, Trent Alexander-Arnold, as soon as possible. maybe even before the Chelsea game, because he's starting to make mistakes. He's starting to get caught out in defence, and it's going to cost Liverpool. We're in the business end of the season now. We're touching distance from the European Cup. We can actually feel it. We're so near to it now. We cannot allow mistakes to happen that will cost us a trophy. We cannot allow mistakes to happen that will cost us a place in the Champions League again next season, in the league. So we need to take it very seriously, Liverpool fans. This is no joke of a matter. And I see that some Liverpool fans, they're very happy that we got to the final. But you also need to see what we did wrong, We also need to see what we've done wrong in the Roma game last night, and make sure that we don't do it again, If you want to be at the top of European football, you need to cut your mistakes down to a minimum, a bare minimum, And as I said, Real Madrid are nothing special. I mean, going forward, Liverpool will cause them major problems, Mane, Salah and Firmino will cause them major problems. And if we can just win a few battles in midfield and nick the ball off their midfield players, then going forward we will cause them problems. I'm sure we will score against them. But it's just the other end I'm scared of, the defensive part of it. Are we going to be able to keep them out for 90 minutes? And that's a big question mark, So we have to wait and see anyway. Nice to talk to you again, Liverpool fans. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Make your comments in the comment section below. Tell me your thoughts on last night's game. If you're very happy about getting to the final, of course we are, man. Of course we are. We're very happy. Everyone's happy that we're in the final. We can't believe it, that we've actually got there this season. And that's about it, Liverpool fans. That's the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. And I'll talk to you after the Chelsea game. Hopefully another 3 points against Chelsea on Sunday, and then we go into the final game against Brighton. And after that, we look forward to the Champions League final on the 26th of May on Saturday. And I'm sure that Liverpool will have a major following. A big fan base going to Kiev to support the team in the final, and all the Liverpool fans around the world will be praying, will be pushing the team along to win the cup. So hopefully we can do it. We can get a trophy after so many years, and next season is just going to become even better with the trophy, with the cup in our hands. Next season we will have the energy, the belief, the confidence to go and win the Premier League title, I feel. And we can do it, We've got a decent team now, a very good team. We just need to add, 2 or 3 more pieces of the jigsaw, as they say, in certain positions, as I've mentioned before in the video. And then we'll be there. We'll be there or thereabouts. I'm not even doubting it, definitely. So anyway, Liverpool fans, thank you for watching my video. Please like and subscribe, as I said before. Make comments in the comment section below. And it will be very much appreciated. Thank you very much, and I'll talk to you again later on. See you later on.